everybody, this is Anya Schreier and I am here today to share a quick video with you about creating a sunset background using distress inks. This is a technique that I've done in the past and I always get comments and questions about it, and I thought that I would make a quick video for you. That would be a fun way to sort of show you the technique. Here are some cards that I've made for previous Waltzing Mouse releases using sort of this technique to create a sunset. And we're going to make a background today that sort of looks like a tropical sunset. So let's get started. So a couple things that are tools that I really like to use for this technique are the non-stick craft sheet. It's really flexible and it's really smooth and it helps the ink to blend really well. And I also love to use these ink blending tools with the foam applicator pads. They really help to create a nice even blending with the distress inks. So I've picked 4 colors to work with today. They're Spiced Marmalade, Worn Lipstick, Weathered Wood, and Dusty Concord. So we are just going to get started with all of them. I'm going to start with the Spiced Marmalade. I like to start with the lightest color and work towards the darkest. So everybody sort of has a different technique for applying the ink to their cardstock. The way that I like to do it is to sort of work in a circular motion. I find that one of the things that is important to pay attention to is sort of where you're starting your application. If you would ink up your foam pad and start right in the middle of your cardstock, you'd end up with a big blob of ink and it would be really difficult to blend out. So I have found that if you sort of start to get your applicator going on the craft sheet and then move it onto your cardstock, that you end up with like a much more even blend. So that's the Spiced Marmalade. Now I'm going to move on to Worn Lipstick. I'm going to sort of bring this one in from the side and you'll see how easy it is to get these colors blended. What I typically like to do is sort of get a little bit of each color laid down and then go back in and add a little bit more where I feel that I need it. So now I'm going to move on to the Weathered Wood. I'm going to bring this one in from the side as well. So the one thing that is really fun about this technique is you can sort of create whatever type of sunset you'd like. I have a tendency to sort of go with the tropical sunsets with the pinks and the oranges, but you could go whatever you feel like. These distress inks are really great to work with. They really do blend really well. They have a bunch of other qualities that make them fun to work with. The way they react to water and some other things. They stay kind of wetter for a while, so they're easy to mix together. And if you have any questions about distress inks, I encourage you to check out Tim Holtz's website. He's the expert on distress inks. So he's got tons of videos there and tons of other ideas for using them. So if it's something that you think you might like to try, or you have a couple distress inks pads and you're not quite sure what to do with them, or you need ideas on different ways to work with them, Tim Holtz would be the best place to go. So now I'm coming in again. I've added a little bit of all 4 colors. I'm coming in a little bit more with the Worn Lipstick. I'm going to try and blend a little bit more in with the orange here on the bottom. And you really, until the inks start to sort of soak into the paper a little bit, then at that time is really when you can see how well they've blended together. So now I think I'm going to come in with a little bit more Weathered Wood and add that kind of through the middle. Always try and imagine sort of like what a sunset looks like, you know, kind of with the darker on top where the night sky is, and sort of the lighter on the bottom where the where the actual sun would be setting. So that's the Weatherwood, and now I'm going to come in again with a little bit more Dusty Concord. And you can see here we're also, we're kind of creating some additional colors by, blending these inks together where the pink and the blue are coming together. We're getting a really, really fun shade of purple. I'm going to come in again with a little bit more Spice Marmalade on the bottom. I'm going to kind of leave this lighter area here, kind of work around it. This is sort of just the way that I create these backgrounds. I add a little bit of this color, go back and add a little bit more of another color, and just kind of play around until I have something that I think I like. And you will see, once the inks sort of have an opportunity to soak into the paper and to dry, they really blend really well together. All right, so I think I like what I have here, a very tropical sunset. So I thought that what I would do was to go in and show you how I like to add some of the silhouette images. We're going to use some things from My Island, so we're going to go in with those next. And actually, I'm also going to use, this is the mountain range stamp from Way Out West. This is one of my favorite images. It's really versatile to use. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink that up. And I'm using Going Gray ink from Stampin' Up! And it's a retired color, but it's one of my favorites, and so I continue to use it. So I'm just going to add this onto my bottom. I always kind of like to think that, the images that are way off in the distance are kind of a little bit grayer, and so they are a little bit lighter. So now I'm going to go in, and this is a little trick that I have. I'm going to go in with the same mountain range stamp, only this time I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use this solid edge. And I like to do this when I want to create like the illusion of water, whether it's a lake or the ocean or whatever. So this time I'm using basic gray ink. That's also from Stampin' Up! So here's sort of my water image. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to use the largest palm trees from My Island, and these I'm going to ink up in black. So the things that are closest to me I like to add into my scene in black. So I am just going to add these sort of in here. Excellent. And now I'm going to go in with the little sandbar image. And again, these are all from My Island. And then the little tiki hut. And there you have it. A tropical sunset background. So I also created another background for you. And this uses shabby shutters and shaded lilac and chipped sapphire and black soot. Now I thought it would be fun to sort of create a Halloween background, so you'll have to stop by the Card Maker blog to see this as a finished card, but I used the same exact technique as I used to create this background. I started with my lightest color and worked up, and then I kind of added a little bit in here and there where I felt that I needed, just some additional color. So there you have it. It's a Distress Ink sunset background, and if you have any questions, please feel free to stop by my blog or leave me a comment or send me an email, and I would be happy to answer them for you. I hope this is something that you'll give a try. It's a really fun technique, and I look forward to seeing what you create. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.